everyone, and
welcome. I understand there are some big head pictures out there.
LCTV Saturday matinee telecast.
Who's got the big heads? Let us show.
I'm Mike Fontenelle along with my teammate Pat Fredrickson. Pat, it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon for football here on the road against the Lunenburg Blue Knights.
Mike, it is just an awesome atmosphere. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun's out. For the people who are listening to this, you're going to hear the speaker loaded right up next to the PA announcer who is on his game today. Littleton's coming off a tough loss last week. We'll see some changes, I'm sure. But I can tell you right now, this is just a great football atmosphere today.
Tigers will receive to start the game. The Blue Knights are 4-1. The Tigers are 3-2. Both teams battling for playoff positioning, albeit in different divisions. Oh, good bounce there. Missed tackle. Tigers are going to get the ball out over the 40.
Seen a lot of that over the last couple of weeks, where it's a second line that's picking up these kind of squib type things.
The Tiger.
Yeah, that was Parker Lanford that got it. So rather than put him deep, they do put him in that second line, assuming that that's a higher probability of getting the ball there than getting it as a deep guy. So Parker will turn the ball out to the Littleton 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Straight hand. Oh, straight hand off and a jump over the pile. And then
brought down by a bevy.
But they'll get some forward from there. About a 2-yard gain or 3-yard gain to the 44-yard line.
So, Mike, as we come into this game today with the Knights being at 4-1, Littleton at 3-2, but let's set the table a little bit for really what we're trying to do is think toward the playoffs.
2nd and 6.
Littleton's got a couple of tough games coming up, but I think they've got, they've really pretty much looking at, one more loss is really all they can afford here with what tough game coming up against Blackstone Valley down the stretch.
Hand off to Parker Lanford. He'll go up the right side on a little counter action and get close to
up and brought
midfield,
down.
A couple yards short of the first down. Will bring 3rd and 3. Yeah, you're right, Patrick. Right now, the Tigers, if the playoffs started today, they would be out. They're in 5th place. Only 4 teams make it. But there's a lot of things that can happen in the next 3 weeks. I think it's going to come down to Littleton and Blackstone and Millville for that last playoff slot. We'll talk more about that later. They give the ball to Lanfords again. Gets a hole, gets a first down, and more. It's a race to the goal line. They try to come over and get it inside the 10-yard line. But Parker Lanfords with a big conversion on 3rd down, all the way down inside the Lunenburg 10-yard line, tripped up down about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for Littleton on their opening drive.
Boy, I would love to see Parker's stats on runs that are over like 10 or 15 yards this year, because he's broken some big ones.
Big gain, giving them a 1st and goal from the 9, looks like the 9 or 8-yard line.
Keep punching it in.
They'll stay with the spread here, 8 yards out from the goal line. Parker Lanford's in the backfield with Braden Lynn at quarterback. Gonna make a read option. Oh, and he's gonna try to keep it. He gets a little block. Cuts up the corner. Oh, down inside the 5-yard line, racked up. But a good carry there. Yeah, good carry by Braden Lynn.
Number 66.
Got a good block by Leo Gibbons. And he's inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Now they'll switch up the package. You see the big guys coming in off the sideline to get ready to run that hammer.
Yeah, Braden took a pretty tough hit there. I could hear it up here in where we are, and we're behind the actual bleachers.
So
they don't show us on TV for obvious reasons, but
right. 2nd and goal with the ball on the 4-yard line. Going to give the ball to Lanford, round the big line, he gets hit, driving forward.
Wrapped up by Joe Reyes and brought back by the rest of the team.
Down to about the 3-yard line, it'll be 3rd and goal.
Got some assistance from Cam McKenzie and Mason Infantino.
Good run by Parker there. Would have liked to see him kind of tuck down and get lower on that one.
Right, instead of going
3rd and goal.
Instead of trying to take him on up top, just go low and get that ball down inside the 1, not down to like the 1-yard line if you can.
Now that they're here,
it's
the band in the house!
Max Hannigan checking in. We didn't see Max last week. I thought you mentioned Mike, but he was hurt, number 2.
Yep. Yeah, he wasn't in the play, so he'll go into tailback right now for Parker with Leo Gibbons at the other tailback.
I like Leo Gibbons coming this way.
Counter handoff. Oh, he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Wrapped up!
Oh, he's yeah! Oh, what a great effort by Gibbons. No whistle. He kept his feet moving and squeezed out of the
Carried
grass
by
down to the
Brady
1-yard line. What an effort.
He definitely was the guy I'd be looking to come try to break it to the outside. Good for him.
That's
Good
big.
run.
Now it's 4th and goal
Fourth
from the
and
1
goal
instead of the
from
3-yard
the
line.
3.
I don't see Cody Shearer coming in, so I think they're going to go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be an interesting call, right? Taking their time, getting the play in from the sideline. It's like Braden Lynn's having a discussion on strategic concepts with his father. They'll send the play in.
They've been pretty tough inside here, Mike. I think you want to run either off the right side here with Parker, or you want to swing something to the way outside, but coming left hasn't been going. So yeah, Parker, where Parker's lined up here, I like Parker coming from left to right. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll give it to him. He's trying for the corner. He cuts it up, and he's in. Touchdown on a full count conversion. Parker Lanford scores. He set it up with the big run on 3rd down. Patrick, you called it. Parker Lanford is off the right side.
So it's going to be interesting, Mike, too. You know, we think about, you know, going forward here, whatever happens on this extra point, but for a second there I thought Max Hannigan was going to be kicking. But, you know, the big challenge here is going to be how the defense responds. So last week, I don't think that we stopped West Boylston on any of their possessions. So how they come out today is going to be a really huge determining factor.
Kick is good.
Yeah, it was a very tough game. You know, it was a game. You know, they gave up 35 points and they scored 17. So, you know, it seems like they got kind of beat up on the score, but in reality it was a game right through, I would say, into the 4th quarter easy. But the problem was, the reason that it wasn't, you know, we didn't have a better shot of winning the game is the defense literally could not stop that offense. They scored on 5 possessions, and the only reason they didn't score more was because the way they played that offense, it was literally 4 yards and a, you know, we usually say cloud of dust, but it was kind of a wet and muddy night. But they were just grinding out 5, 6, 7 first downs per possession before they scored. So you're right. I think this game is as much about the defense. I believe anyway, we'll see on the first snap here after the kickoff, I believe they made some significant changes in the way they're going to line up. Instead of going with a 5-man front, they may very well be going with a 4-man front. Shearer's kick was good on the conversion. He will line one downfield. It'll roll and get picked up on the 10-yard line. And they will wall it up and stop him at about the 30-yard line.
with the pickup and run, bringing it to the 30-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Knights here on their opening offensive possession. The Tiger defense on the field for the first time.
Yeah, so interesting right off the bat. I see Parker Lanford's coming out. I don't remember him playing a lot of defense, but it looks like they've got him in at middle linebacker.
Yeah, looks like they've got Ty Pricett at defensive tackle. And
drop looks like Richie Powderly's. He's running a linebacker here.
Lincoln Palmer's out there on the defensive line.
Will Allen's back in on the on one of the defensive backs. So yeah, it definitely looks like a different
Flag on the play.
A lot of different sets, a lot of different personnel than we saw last week.
Offsides. So
Offsides against the defense.
a little overzealous there. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Lunenburg.
All right, let's get that out of our system and keep moving here.
I think it was more of a lined up in the neutral zone.
That is a classic song.
Nobody really
I
jumped.
like that.
So, Mike, the team that they have out there looks like they
1st and 5.
go for speed here.
Yeah, it's a 4-man front, 2 down linemen, 2 defensive ends. And they'll try for the right side. They're going to be about a 3-yard gain there. Good penetration by the defense. Force him to go low and just get what he could. And that's Anthony Iannacci
picking up about 2 yards, making it a 2nd and 3.
It is a 2nd and 3 with the nose of the ball.
Nope.
Almost touching the
2nd and
Blue
1.
Knight 40-yard
4
line.
yards.
The quick throw there, and a block. Oh, good block. Oh, good tackle.
Nice job.
Nice job there by Cody Shearer.
Phil Alpano.
That'll be short of a first down.
Still
But
third
actually, no gain at all. Ball still right there on the 40-yard line. So 3rd and short. Nice job by Shearer coming up. He had to cover some ground there, but he made a short tackle once he got there.
Yeah, great tackle there, open field. those plays are always dangerous too, Mike. I was looking and it looked like that was a forward pass, but every once in a while they'll throw those. They don't realize they're, lateral passes, and those end up going the other way.
So 3rd and short, about 2 yards here. They'll give it to the other. Oh, what a great hit!
They're wrapped up behind the line by number 57.
Noah Graham coming in from the right side. The ball was going away from him, and he ran it down, and he tackling for a loss. That may very well force a punt situation.
Last couple of years, we've seen Noah playing center and snapping the ball. This is one of the changes that, I don't remember Noah, maybe he was in there last week, but I don't remember him being on the defensive line last week either.
Looks like somebody's got a healthy snack.
Josh Crosswhite back to receive the punt.
Oh,
punts away.
He kicks it away from Crosswhite.
Let it go.
And they will let it bounce and
Takes
roll out
Lunenburg bounce.
inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line.
Down
so
to the
Tigers
26-yard line.
After not getting a stop at all,
the Tigers will take over first and 10.
Gets the job done here on the opening possession, forces a 3 and out.
Yeah, the best play that Lunenburg had on that was the penalty, so good for Littleton. That's a good sign.
I ask you people, is this a great day for football?
So the Tigers will take over with 5:34 to go here in the first quarter with a 7-0 lead.
And here's a switch, Mike, right off the bat, right? So Noah Graham, we just saw make that great sack in the backfield. Now it's Ben Stormwind at center today.
Little flip pass out to Gibbons. He's trying to outrace the guy, and he'll pick up about 5.
Cam McKenzie with the bring down.
4 yards, maybe 5. We'll see where they spot that out over the 30.
Good tackle by Cam McKenzie of Lunenburg there.
Pick up a 4, making it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he doesn't make that tackle, and he's going to get a first down. Gibbons was like 1 stride away from getting out of reach of that tackle, but couldn't quite do it. 2nd and 6, ball on the 30-yard line. They'll roll to the right, looking to throw. He's going to keep it instead, makes a good cut. Short of the first down, but a nice reaction there by Braden Lynn. Good decision making.
You want to stay out at 3rd and long anytime you can, and if you're staying out at 3rd and long, you're doing a good job.
Troy Dresser with the tackle.
3rd and 2 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. Tigers want to move the chains here. Lunenburg, hopefully to match that 3 and out, but they just had to give it the ball, see if they get it right back. Tigers would love to keep this drive going here. 3rd and 2. They'll stay in the spread.
Excuse me, sir. What do you have in that coffee?
Handoff. Oh, he's very close. It's very close.
All right.
He's going to come down a spot. I'm looking 4th down. It looks like he's got his hand up. I'm not seeing the chains move, Mike.
Yeah, he just signaled first down. All right, so Parker Lanford's again.
Looks like he
tried to make that last cut to pop it, but really at that point he needed to know down and distance, and really what he wanted to do was just go low, and he would have picked it up easy. Instead, he got it by the skin of his teeth there.
Hey, he likes to make Coach Lynn worry a little bit.
Well, he's, like you said earlier, he's a big play kid, right? He's used to making the big plays. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers as they move the chains. Ball on their own 37-yard line. They'll look to throw into the flats, and Josh Crosswhite. Oh, he makes the guy miss, picks up a first down up the sideline. He's over midfield in the Lunenburg territory.
Josh Crosswhite.
A lot of cushion there, and
thrown out of bounds
delivered the ball
by Mason Infantino.
And Josh Crosswhite made a guy miss.
And that was just a solid pass. That ball came out and was right where it needed to be.
So that is a 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball on the Lunenburg 43-yard line. Pressure coming off the backside. Oh, Lunenburg is blocked by their own guy. He'll throw it down.
He's got Leo Gibbons.
Oh, touchdown, Tigers! No flags on the play.
No flags.
Rolling out and getting some time. He was getting pressure off the backside, but then 2 Blue Knights ran into each other, and that took the pressure off, and he got a chance to set his feet, and Gibbons had gotten way behind the defense.
Yeah, Mike, as a coach, you love a quarterback that can, extend the play. So it looks like he's going to go for a loss. He steps outside. He causes 2 Lunenburg guys to miss, extend that play a little bit, and Leo Gibbons just slipped behind everybody.
I think the defensive backs thought he was going to run it, and they got too aggressive coming up. I mean, they were 30 yards away. There's nothing they can do about it if he did run. They need to be disciplined.
Stay with your man.
Yeah. Tigers missing 1 piece of their kick package. Then they have to call it timeout.
Timeout taken by the Tigers.
Tyler Krause coming in just a bit late. I'm sure the coaches will forgive him for that.
So the Tigers scoring on their first 2 possessions, 3:24 to go here in the first quarter. Keyed by some big plays, the Parker Lanford's long run that got him inside the 10-yard line, set up the first score. And then Leo Gibbons getting behind the defense and Braden Lynn making a play. Like you said, extending the play and giving Lunenburg enough time to make a mistake that they then took full advantage of.
You know, it's just hard to be in a bad mood when you have band music.
That sunny October afternoon.
Theme from Jeopardy going in the background if people at home can hear that. And Mike just wrote down the wrong answer to that question. Lost everything.
Oh, Cody Shearer hammering the ball.
The extra point kick is good. Kobe Shearer.
So Shearer good on his second kick, and the Tigers get out to a quick 14-0 lead.
I think the most disturbing thing about that last kick, Mike, if you go back and people can rewind, is Brian Maurice has to make that catch on the track when that ball goes through the cross. Coaches are watching; they can review that. He's gonna get an earful from his parents. My son had his mom in school back in 1st or 2nd grade, and I know she's not gonna let that go.
Brian Maurice having a terrific season on the JV team. Mike Lynn called him one of their best playmakers.
So I take it the Tigers cheerleaders do push-ups every time they score, correct? Well, to be totally honest with you, I hope you get no stronger. I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. I hope people are picking that up.
Why are you holding me on the Lunenburg side? What is wrong?
Oh, what a great play!
Good hands.
Good recovery by Joe Rivers!
That's the captain, Joe Rivers. You heard the cheer for him before the game when he was introduced, and that is some heads-up ball. Because that could have easily been going the other way.
He looked like a shortstop. He got a great grab on a short
First
hop.
and 10 for the Knights at the 47-yard line.
It's a great play. Now he's given the Knights a terrific field position all the way out, almost to midfield. It's on their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to onside kick there, Mike, or I would imagine not. I mean, that ball was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to drive it. I mean, hey, if it bounces off and we make a recovery, all for the good. But so the Blue Knights will start here. Look to throw into the flat throw.
Just over his head.
A little bit of pressure coming in.
You know, if you think about it, it's just such a great day for sports, right? We're here 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You got sunshine. You got Penn State, Michigan going on tonight, right? You got the American League Championship.
2nd and 10.
Houston and New York going on. Football all this weekend. It's just like everything, and basketball season even started. And hockey's kind of going on. It's all colliding right now.
Beautiful time of year. So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. They will bring motion.
Oh, it looked like motion there, yeah.
False
Left
start.
side.
Flags on the play.
I think everybody went but the center.
And that goes against
Lunenburg.
Lunenburg.
There, move picked up. They're right in front of us, so we're looking right down the line. It's hard to kind of pick up who it was, but I definitely saw our helmet come up on the far side of that line.
So that'll make it 2nd and 15 with the ball back to the
2nd and
Lunenburg
15.
43-yard line. Bring motion. They're looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. The Tigers didn't read it. Oh, nice tackle. What do we got there?
Flag on the play. Reception made by Anthony Iannacci.
I don't know what this flag could be. It came in late after the catch. It might have been holding, but
Will Allen with a good tackle downfield.
it was almost thrown as that was setting up, so I'm wondering if it might have been a holding call.
Oh, you know what might have happened here? It might be an eligible man downfield.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know what happened? So
You get out.
the Tigers got pressure. He
That
had a
one goes
pump
against
fake.
Lunenburg as well. The legal man
Screwed up
downfield.
the timing of the play.
Still
And the lineman
second down.
released too early.
Right. Yeah, good call, Mike.
And they get illegal man, ineligible receivers, probably more than one downfield.
And when you're running that screenplay,
Why are they walking that way? Oh no, okay.
No, that's right. When you're running the screen alignment, they're timing it in their head, assuming that 1, 2, 3, and then I'm downfield.
Bringing up a
You're right,
second and
when
20.
he pump faked, they released and they got downfield before you could catch the ball.
Yeah, and, good tackle by Will Allen. That looked like it could have gone for big yardage because the linemen did not read it. They came flying in. And it was open, but nonetheless, it's a penalty. That'll bring up 2nd and about 20. Late blitz, pressure. Oh! Almost picked.
Reception's made.
But they make the reception. He's going to get run down by Josh Crosswhite. But Lunenburg makes a big play, gets all the way down inside the
Connor Anderson with the reception.
Good hustle by Crosswhite, but Lunenburg looked like they were in a deep hole, down 14-0, facing second and 20. And then all of a sudden they make a play and they're in the red zone.
Yeah, receiver slipped behind Tony DeSisto, and I think Tony, when I was watching his body language after it, I think he thought that there was help behind him, which he was stepped up in front of the receiver trying to make that interception and turn around.
First and 10 for the Knights.
So first and 10.
Good job by Josh Crosswhite to catch up.
Yeah, first and 10. They'll give the ball up the middle. No gain there. Very short gain there. They are on the 13-yard line. With coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. The Tigers ahead 14-0.
No pickup on that one. Second and 10 for the Knights.
They've scored on their first 2 possessions. They forced the 3 and out on the first defensive possession, but on this one, big play by the Blue Knights. Now the Tiger defense is going to have to make a stop on downs or turnover. Second and 10. No gain on the previous play. Good play by the defensive line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw into the flat. Crosswhite coming up. Oh, good tackle by Crosswhite. I think that went for a loss. Threw it into the flat behind the line of scrimmage.
Reception, Connor Anderson.
We'll call it no gain. So 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 10.
Definitely 2-down territory here. Yeah, I definitely like this defense, Mike. They seem to be, built for agility here.
Looks like we got a timeout by Lunenburg.
Timeout Knights.
They really struggled to move the ball, Patrick. They've had no sustained drive. They only had 2 possessions, but really, they haven't moved the ball except for that one big play.
Right.
Everything else has kind of been going either backwards or no gain. I mean, they had 2nd and 5 after a penalty on the first, and they couldn't even convert on that. 1st and 5, and couldn't convert on that. So they're really struggling to gain yardage from the line of scrimmage, other than making that what I would almost call a broken play by the Littleton defense.
I think that this timeout actually is more for the coaches too to figure out what they want to call. I don't think that they're completely comfortable with they're going to be running, and they're probably going through the exact set that you're talking about. Like, hey, we're not having any success here, so what do we have in the playbook that we can run?
Right.
It's going to get us, out of what they're doing right now.
Because this is a golden opportunity. If we have to diverge from the scripted game plan, now's the time to do it. When you're down here after a big play, got a chance to cut into the Tiger momentum. Not necessarily a trick play, but that's fine. That could happen too. But more, we weren't going to call this one until the second half, and maybe now's the time.
Hey, you know what caught my attention, people? What has caught my attention is this young lady with the sign. She says, "Cheer loud or go and sit with your mother."
It's homecoming here at Lunenburg, and they are having a good time with it. All right, after the timeout, 3rd and 10 from the 13-yard line. Whoa. A little high snap, throwing a slam. Oh, good coverage there.
Nice defensive play, blocked out of the hands of Mason
3 or 4 different things that played on that one.
Play.
The bobbled snap, and then that ball seemed to hang in the air. You could see the defender coming from the middle of the field. He looked like he was going to have an angle on it. Then it was on the receiver's hands.
And Will Allen defending there. He let the receiver get a little bit of inside leverage on him, but he closed and made a good hit, and I couldn't tell from this angle if he actually got his hand on the ball, but whatever he did, he managed to disrupt the reception.
Josh Crosswhite's eyes are still bulging out of his head. He thought he was going the other way.
4th and 10, they're going to bring the field goal unit on. Number 21, Connor Anderson, a junior, also a left-footed kicker. And he will get it up.
It's up.
And it's good. It wasn't pretty, but it was good.
That's what we call 10 feet, 5 inches.
So with exactly 1 minute to go, Lunenburg gets on the board. It is 14-3 Tigers. They couldn't convert after getting down inside the rim, or couldn't get the pay dirt anyway for a touchdown. So good job by the Tiger defense making some plays after giving up the big one. And good hustle by Josh Crosswhite. He made a couple plays there. He's the one who stopped the touchdown, and then made a big tackle on second down. So the Tiger pass defense, other than giving up that big play, have been really responding. And Lunenburg's been throwing the ball, Pat. They're really struggling to run it, so they've been throwing a few passes.
Yeah, and actually the quarterbacks look good.
Connor Anderson gets the field goal.
The end zone looked like it was on the receiver's hands. It's tough
puts us on the board.
If it was defended or not. There was another one right up here that just was across the 50 where good speed, good touch on the ball, just overthrew his receiver, but the ball's coming out really well. I would expect to see them throw a lot more here coming down. The other thing for Lunenburg is, if you've been watching films against Littleton on defense, I don't think that what you've seen on film is what you're looking at today.
Oh, absolutely not.
It up,
yeah,
so
yeah, that could be
confusing.
causing them some problems. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so Lunenburg on the kick here. After getting themselves on the board with a field goal, and they'll go a little squib kick. Will get fielded by Parker Lanfers. He'll try to reverse his field. He cuts it up, gets into a little bit of a pile, and he's still driving forward. He gets out over the 45-yard line.
Finally brought down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers.
That's twice they've kicked to Parker. They might want to think about kicking to the other quadrant. Taking their chances over there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball on their own 45-yard line. Good field position. Tigers offense has been clicking today. They've scored on the first 2 possessions. Big plays keyed by Parker Lanfers and Braden Lynn and Leo Gibbons. Oh, a little pass into the flats, a nice play action, no block in the back there, and they'll get a 1st down on that. Good discipline.
Reception made by Leo Gibbons.
The MVP of that play goes to Timmy Kelleher for getting off of that guy, because most of the time at this level you will see somebody trying to make that block and then say, I didn't push him from behind.
So that's good for a 1st down in the Blue Knight territory. 1st and 10 with the ball on the Blue Knight 44-yard line. Nice play action there, and then Gibbons came open on a little drag out of the backfield, and good touch by Braden Lynn. Parker Lanford is going to go up the middle for about a yard. Call that a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 9.
8. He says 9. I say 8. I'll call it 8.5. We're inside of. I think we're inside of 15 seconds here. I think Mike Lynn's going to see if he can let the play clock run out, or let the quarter run out rather. Yeah, he's not in any hurry. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're on the road at Lunenburg for their
timeout on the field.
And the Tigers are trying to make a mess of that, and they're off to a good start. It is 14-3 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages from LCTV.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the second quarter. The Tigers have a 2nd and 9. They were up 14-3. The ball is on the Lunenburg 43-yard line. Look to throw, a lot of cushion there. Timmy Kelleher makes the catch. Looks like he's just short of the 1st down. Braden Lynn really did a good job last week too. When they give him that much cushion, it's just a three steps for the receiver upfield, and then quick turn, and the ball's waiting for him when he gets there.
Yeah, we saw that connection.
Make that 3rd down and
Braden Lynn a lot last week. I like it. You know, again, you're in 3rd and short. 3rd and short's going to win you games.
Well, 3rd and 1. Ball right on the Lunenburg 35-yard line. They need to get to the 34-yard line to convert this. They stay with the spread. Ooh, try to go for a hard count there. And they're going to take a timeout.
Timeout taken.
So it's a timeout taken, Mike. Probably it's we got 11 minutes, 21 seconds left here. We started this game at 2 o'clock, so that all leads to the all-important question of what time is it in Italy?
Yeah, that's right. Mark Corey is not on the camera today. He's on vacation in Italy. His nephew Rob got the short end of the stick. I mean, there's a lot of nephews and nieces for him to pick, and apparently Rob got the raw deal.
He must have owed him some money or something. And then what does he do? He takes Rob and he puts him underneath the largest speaker that we've ever seen in our lives, in the shade.
With the most boisterous PA announcer we've ever heard.
And all Mark Corey texted us was, prego.
So coming out of the timeout, the Tigers will huddle up 3rd and...
Woo! Hey, I like to
And they
take a
will go
second to give it
hammer
up
here.
to
That's
both
why
sets of cheerleaders.
Mike Lynn called the timeout to switch his package. With a, not have to be in a hurry. Quarterback sneak. He'll easily get the first down, running a little bit to the left side.
Oh, flag coming in.
We got a
Flags
flag
on the
coming in
play.
late.
Flag coming in from the defensive backfield.
On a quarterback sneak, I'm not sure exactly what can go wrong on a quarterback sneak.
Unless it's a
Let's take a second. Let's take a knee.
Oh yeah, I think it's a personal foul in there. I mean, you know, he's not going to call anything that's moving on the line for the offense.
But injury on the field, so we'll wait for that to get taken care of before we sort out the penalty.
Yeah, player down. Looks like he's holding his left arm. Can't really tell. Looks like number 5.
So as we said at the top, Patrick, the tough loss against West Boylston puts the Tigers at 3-2. Right now they're in 5th place in the playoff seedings with 3 games left to go, including this one. So they've got this game against Lunenburg, then Blackstone Valley Tech at home next week, and then they finish the quote-unquote regular season with a home game against Maynard. At that point, it'll determine who gets into the playoffs.
And it's top 4 that go.
Top 4, and then they're in Division 6. So Uxbridge, Millbury, and Tingsboro. Uxbridge 5-0, Millbury 4-1, Tingsboro 6-0. They've already played. They played last night and won. They're in really good shape. They do it. They don't do it by record. It's a power rating, and it's a formula based on you get points for wins and points from your opponents that you defeat as they win games and things like that. And right now, Uxbridge is in great shape at 17.4. So
Let's give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's on his feet.
That you earn, and then you divide it by the number of games played. So Uxbridge at 17.4, Millbury at 15.2, Tingsboro right behind him at 15.17, and then Blackstone. So we got a
Once
face
again, let's
mask
give it
on
up
the
for
defense.
Trey Bush.
So the Tigers had picked up the first down anyway, and then a face mask on.
Looks like the last
Lunenburg
penalty
will
called
take that ball
went
down
against the
inside
Knights.
the 20 to the 18-yard
Face
line.
mask.
That's a huge penalty here. You know, you're 3rd and 1 when a quarterback sneak, you get a face mask.
Yeah,
Pretty unusual.
Tigers on their 3rd offensive possession are back in the red
First
zone
and 10.
here. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 18-yard line.
19-yard line.
Oh, try to run. Oh, little quarterback draw. Gibbons trying to make a guy miss. He's trying to get the corner. He's going to get a little bit out of it. Not a whole lot, but better than a loss. He's down to about the 15-yard
Mason
line.
Infantino with the tackle.
Did we get all the way down to the 10? It's like the 12.
Leo Gibbons with the reception.
I think that was going to be a quarterback draw, but Braden didn't like what he saw and then recognized Gibbons in the flat and flipped it to him.
Yeah.
2nd and 4.
He's bouncing around a little bit back there for sure.
I got a 6-yard gain out of that, so it is 2nd and 4. The ball on the 13-yard line.
Whoa.
Oh, inside flip to Parker Lanfors. Oh, he's tackled after a first down. Nice little direction there. I like that.
That was a great
Carry by
play
number
because
5,
they let
Parker
all of the
Lanfors.
defensive players just come and
Giving the
from
Tigers
here, when you
a
look
1st
at it,
and
you thought
goal
Braden Lynn was just going to get mauled, and you realize they just let him come,
from
and
the 4.
that little flip to get rid of it, he's gone.
Tackle from behind down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 4. The Tigers will once again switch up their package here. They go into the short yardage look. Got Lanfors and Gibbons at the tailback and Ty Price at the fullback. Give it to Lanfors. Oh, he's going to cut and bounce it all the way outside.
Touchdown number 5, Parker Lanfors.
Parker Lanfors making a great read on the running lane there. He's untouched, and we've got...
We have another player down.
All right, so let's finish the conversation we were having. So the Tigers are at 13.2. Blackstone Millville playing today at 13.4. So I really think that, you know, it's going to come down to Blackstone, Millville, and Littleton. I think Uxbridge, Millbury, and Tingsboro will be in some order the top 3.
Yeah,
and it's going to come down. Holy Name is 11.6. St. Peter Marion 9.16, and then Clinton and Maynard are really trailing the the curve there.
I think you're right, Mike. Those top three, they look pretty solid, right? We saw Tingsboro play. Millbury, we saw West Boylston play last week, and Millbury, I think, was West Boylston's only loss to date, so they seem to be in a pretty good spot here. Blackstone Millville, do you know who they're playing today? Because this game, with Lunenburg being 4-1, this has got to be, in the power rankings, this will be a good win for Littleton.
Yeah, very good win.
And
Blackstone Millville is playing St. Bernard's.
That'll be a good
So
game.
good game. St. Bernard's is in first place in, I think, Division 7. Lunenburg is in good shape. They're in second right now in Division 8, but they do have to play West Boylston next week, so that's going to be a tough game for them. And then they finish up the regular season with Clinton. So it wouldn't shock me if they're 4-1 today that they're going to be, 5-3, 6-2, depending on what happens in this week and next, and then assuming that they can beat Clinton. And I think that'll get them in the playoffs. I don't think it's a crucial. I think really all they got to do is get one more win, and they've got a good chance against Clinton, regardless of how they do against Littleton and then West Boylston. So unfortunate to see 2 injuries here for Lunenburg.
Yeah, the last one definitely came off with somebody who was holding his arm. This one definitely looks like to be leg related, down maybe around the knee. I think they're going to need some people to take him off the field. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, they're getting him up.
Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
It's number 21, junior Connor Anderson, who is their kicker.
And it's his kicking leg.
It is his kicking leg, the left-footed kicker.
Once again, let's give it up for Connor Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
First and goal from the 4.
No, they scored. This
Scored,
is a kick.
sorry. Yep. Looking at the scoreboard here.
Yeah, the scoreboard hasn't caught up to the situation. So Cody Scherer on for his 3rd try today. So far he's been perfect. Low snap, bobble snap. Hannigan's got to make a read. He's going to try to lob it. He gets dragged down from behind.
Fake was no good.
A low snap, wasn't a fake.
Brought down by number 25, Cam McKenzie.
Born of necessity.
Max decided to go with the 2-handed rugby throw.
So a try that is no good will leave the score at 20 for Littleton and 3 points for the Blue Knights.
20 points in just over a quarter here is a good sign.
Yep, 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first half.
Littleton cheerleaders here, if we can get them on the TV. They're getting bigger as we talk. Muscle bound. That's 20 and 14 and 7-ish, so that's a lot of push-ups, more than I've done all year.
Shearer on the kick. High end over end kick. Driving him all the way back down to near the goal line, about the 3-yard line. Oh, they're going a little reverse. That's got to be a block in the back. Oh, they'll be just out over the 15-yard line. Good coverage here by Josh Crosswhite, Leo Gibbons. Leo Gibbons was a menace a couple weeks ago on special teams. He earned the Hammer Award for all the hitting that he did.
Dustin Powell.
Oh, just out over the 15, about the 17-yard line. First.
Dustin Powell with the reception on that one.
So a nice high
bringing
kick,
it
plenty
up
of time for
to
the coverage
the
to get downfield.
16-yard line for the Knights. First and 10.
One of my favorite things about a kick like that is it gives the trombone player the chance to do that little. You don't hear that a lot at the high school level.
All right, the Blue Knights had a big pass play on the last drive that got them in scoring territory, but they were held to a field goal. Now they got 87 yards. 83 yards. They got to navigate here. Straight drop back, looking to throw into the flat, incomplete.
Again, those passes seem to be on the hands of the receivers.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been at least caught. It didn't look like they were going to get any run after catch. Will Allen was there going to wrap them up right away, but that would have been good for about 7 or 8 yards. incomplete pass will bring up 2nd and 10. The throw looks like another screw. Nope, gonna throw into the flat. Caught. That's
reception's made.
Caught in front of Cody Shearer.
Catch by Mason Infantino, moving the chains for a Blue Knight first down.
And that'll be a Blue Knight first down out over the 30-yard line. It is 1st and 10 from Lunenburg with the ball on their own 33-yard line. So another good throw, Pat, down and low, and this time they made a good reception there. Oh! Sack!
Brought down
by Kelleher,
number 12.
They were on
Edward
him
Mullen
fast.
and a couple of his buddies.
Nice rush right
2nd
there.
and 16 for the Knights.
So the Tigers responding after a big pass play. Get a quarterback sack. That's a loss of about 6 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 16.
Yeah, when they set up that formation, when they're back in that shotgun, Littleton's just coming. They're trying to jump the count and go. But, it's tough when you can't run against them. It's tough to keep them honest.
We'll look to throw again. Pressure coming again! And it's Ty Price again.
Back-to-back sacks by the
coming off
Tigers.
the left side. And Richie Powderly coming in off the defensive line there. Wow. I mean, he isn't even setting his feet. He's just coming out of the drop back, and he's got white shirts, more than one, just ready to say hello. All the way back to the 21-yard line. It is 3rd and 25 at least.
Yep. And Mike, I mean, when you practice during the week, you don't want to be in 3rd and 25.
3rd and long coming up for the Knights.
You probably have one play that you've practiced for this, right? And I think the last thing you want to do here is throw this ball long. You want to just get something underneath and hopefully somebody can break something.
Yep, they'll look to throw. They're rolling. Looking. Oh! Almost made a tipped catch there.
That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, would have been very close. I think it would have got a first down out of it.
That was close.
But, right there, the Tiger defensive back's got to be disciplined. If the quarterback wants to run the ball, let him run the ball. Oh, there's a flag on the field, too. Penalty on Lunenburg declined.
4th down coming up for the Knights, and it looks like they will be punting.
I agree, Mike. I think that one of the things that sticking out to me is, as well as this game is going for Littleton, there's just too many defenders getting behind the Littleton defensive backs.
Yeah, it's just a discipline thing. Like I say, you're 20, 30 yards away. If he's turning the corner, you got all day to come back up and help.
Especially when he's running to his offside.
You don't have to be in a hurry,
Oh! Punts away by Joe Rivers. Taking a Blue Knight bounce.
It'll roll out down to the Tiger 36-yard line, where it'll be down with 7:55
down at the 36-yard line.
Here in the 2nd quarter.
I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Timmy Keller.
Where the Tigers will take over today. 1st and 10.
We'll block him.
He was so close on a couple of these. And I think, rightfully so, he's pulling up on this situation because last thing you want to do is get a roughing the kicker call, but he knows that he's close.
So the Tigers have scored on all 3 of their opening possessions, and they now have the ball back with the ball on their own 36-yard line. And give it to Leo Gibbons on a sweep. He's going to try and get the corner, and he's not going to get there.
Put down by Joe Rivers.
Joe Rivers getting off the block.
Loss of about 6. Make that 7 yards on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 17.
6-yard loss on that play will bring up 2nd and 16.
It's more like 15. Nice little easy dump pass and let somebody make a play. There you go.
At the middle, right, same thing. Just that soft. Oh, Keller drives forward. That's a thing.
Finally brought down by number 25, Cam McKenzie, after they get a first down.
Just giving him such cushion, and then really at that point, if you don't make that tackle, you're setting yourself up for some trouble, and Kelleher converts a first down. Just short of midfield, ball on the 49-yard line of Littleton, so nice throw. Braden Lynn Have we seen, is he thrown an incompletion?
It's a good question. I don't remember one.
No, I don't like it when they're not.
I don't think he has.
If he has, it's been maybe one. Look to throw into the flat. Oh, Leo Gibbons trying to reverse his field. He's not going to get there.
Stopped.
The Blue Knights read that. They were flying up the field. Now here's the thing, Pat. Now what you're thinking is
Troy Dresser with the tackle.
Take that one and then throw it up the field. You know, kind of a hook and go type thing.
Second and long.
Because they are really coming on that. So that's a 9-yard loss. 2nd and 19, ball back to the Tiger 41-yard line.
Yeah, Leo Gibbons got about 25 yards after that catch and lost 9. So you do that math.
Tigers go all the way. Tigers go all the way.
You might see him go down. Oh, there it is.
Inside handoff to
This one.
Lanford's. Little Statue of
If he
Liberty
gets there,
play.
flag
Get
it.
some yards.
Oh, one to
Get all
go.
the way back to the original line of
Picked up
scrimmage
some
on
of
the
that
set of
yardage on
downs.
that last run.
And actually another yard. He's over midfield. It'll bring up 3rd and
9-ish.
8.
Now it's 3rd and 8.
Ball on the Lunenburg 49-yard line. 5:50 to go. Big down here for Lunenburg.
That's right. We're
They
in
haven't
need
stopped
of an
the Tigers
ESPN
yet.
play right here.
I think we take a crack way downfield here. Let it
Gonna
fly,
roll.
baby.
Braden
See what
Lane.
you
He's
got.
gonna look
Let it
back
go.
the other
Let
way.
it go.
Sets his feet. Now he's gonna reverse his field. Now he'll flip it upfield, and it's knocked away.
Play broken up by the defense. Bringing up a 4th down.
That'll bring up 4th and 8 with the ball just inside Lunenburg territory. Let's see what Mike Lynn decides to do here.
That's a tough pass thrown across your body. Good arm strength zone there. That ball was on his hands again.
Yeah, good defense. I mean, there was a chance to make it, but they were able to knock it loose. Cody Shearer on the punt, so the Lunenburg Blue Knights defense making a couple plays for losses, and finally gets a stop here. Looks like they're going to get the ball back on a punt.
I wouldn't be surprised if he puts this right by these guys.
Oh, nice kick. Terrific. See what kind of bounce it takes. Takes a sideways bounce. They're down to the 10-yard line. Nice.
Deep kick by the Tigers.
High kick there by Shearer.
A little miscommunication on the receiving end. I think each one of the receivers thought the other guy was going to pick it up.
So down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lunenburg.
You gotta love the coordination between the cheerleaders and the band. Let's go, Dungeon. Get them fired up.
So in the previous possession, Pat, we saw Lunenburg trying to throw the ball, but a lot of pressure. A couple quarterback sacks.
Yeah, even if you're a passing offense, you have to
1st
be able
and
to run
10
the ball
for the
once in a
Knights
while
at
to
the
keep
11-yard
defense
line.
honest.
No, they'll do that here. And now there's penetration again.
Quarterback keep brought down by number 13, Tony DeSisto. I hope I got that one right.
Tony DeSisto in on the hit. Very short gain. We'll call it 2nd and a long 9. Inside of 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Lunenburg band down to the right here, getting ready for the halftime show.
2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, straight drop back. Getting some pressure, and he's wrapped up.
Timmy Kelleher.
Sack.
All the way down inside the 5-yard line. Boy, that really wasn't like a power rush. I mean, it just
Leo Gibbons.
it's a slow developing routes or something. He really didn't get a chance to, or he just took too long to.
I think it's
Look
just not
downfield.
Yeah, just not enough protection here. I was actually watching the receivers in the backfield. And the receivers are getting
3rd
loose.
down coming up for the
So if
Knights.
they get just a little more protection, I think Littleton's going to be in trouble here. I want to be very careful.
Looks like a Lunenburg timeout here. I don't know what to. Well, I know they love to try to get out of the half. Only trailing 20-3. It looks like they're gonna either have to convert a big play or give the Tigers the ball back with probably some decent field position.
I think the most important thing here is you're telling your team, no safeties, no stupid plays. Don't give them the ball down in the end zone. We can still punt it away, right?
Take our
Make a defensive
chances.
stand. If like you said, get into the locker room at halftime at 20-3 is good, but going into the locker room at you know, 22-3 with the, you know, with the safety and them kicking or something else like that is definitely not something you want to do. And it's easy to try to grab it all back at once. You got to make your team understand if you're Lunenburg that there's a whole half of football left to play.
They will get the ball to start the second half. The Tigers started the game with the ball. So I think you're right. I don't think it's about picking up the first down. I think it's about not making any more mistakes. And maybe trying to figure out, like, guys, the pressure's got to stop.
Yeah.
You know, it's just we can't survive that. And it's
but you know, that's
play
on
after play lately.
Yeah, and that's on the coaching as much as anything, right? So you've got to have something in your playbook where you can get rid of the ball and, you know, 1-2 step and gone.
So coming out of the Lunenburg timeout with 4:09 left to go here in the first half. Tigers with a 20-3 lead.
Third down for the Knights.
Ball down on their 4-yard line. It's third and about 18 or 19 yards to go. They need to get to the 22-yard line. And look to throw. Quick slant. Completed.
Good solid play right there.
Reception made.
That'll bring the ball out to the 15-yard line, so good job by Lunenburg to at least get some breathing room. That'll bring up a 4th
Mason Infantino.
7.
Bringing up a 4th down, and looks like...
I think you got a punt here, right?
Oh, absolutely. Although we can hear Carlo Ferrante yelling off the other sideline to watch the fake.
The Knights will
That's
punt.
just coaching paranoia, you know what I mean? I don't think that's really based in reality.
I'm telling you, Timmy Kelleher is coming on one of these.
Oh, Jesus. Ball straight up in the air.
What is
He ran past it.
Punt by Joe Rivers.
They're not touching him on this
Kicking
edge.
it to the 35-yard
He
line,
knows it.
where the Knights will take over on
Feel the
defense.
pressure. You had to kick it quick. You only got it away to the 35-yard line. So short field here for the Tigers. 3:29 to go. Plenty of time. They did use a couple of timeouts. So let's see if a little 2-minute drill here on a short field, what they can come up with. Try to...
I'd love to see him take a crack for the end zone right here.
Whistle on the play.
So we got a false start on Littleton.
False start against the offense, pushing him back.
All right, maybe not take a crack now. I think he's going to roll out there. He had Shamazzoni going out to the flat and Max running down the left edge. It didn't really look like they called a new play, so see if they run the same thing here. See if Braden's going to roll out to his left.
Cross right with a good stiff
Reception
arm.
by number 10. Dragged out of bounds by
About
Dawson
the 30-yard
Powell.
line. So
Reception made by Josh Crosswhite.
10-yard gain on that play. Get 5 of the penalty yards back and 5 more. Make it 2nd and 5. Clock is stopped. He was taken out of bounds with 3:19 to go. To throw again, same action. And that's close to a first down.
Reception again by number 10, Josh Crosswhite.
Groundhog Day.
Well, they're just giving them so much cushion, and they're just like we're gonna take those 5-yard chunks. And you know, with Braden Lynn throwing the ball as well as he is, it's a simple. It's easy.
And this is really dangerous for Lunenburg here because you're third in, if you look at the yard markers, you're third in inches.
3rd and short.
I'm surprised they didn't call for measurement. Yeah. I'm going to give it to Lanfers. He's going to pick up the first down, and just the first down. Let's see. We're going to stop the clock to move the chains. 2:30.
Sam Tibbetts with the tackle.
Clock is just stopped. 2:34 to go. Tigers will stay at the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 for
And they're winding it with
the Tigers.
2:30 to go.
24-yard line.
1st and 10 with the ball on the 24-yard line. Going to throw. Oh, nice throw. Gibbons can't make the guy miss.
Cam
but
McKenzie
what a
with the
nice
tackle
throw
off.
there
Number
on a
3,
little out.
Cody Shearer.
Just a timing pattern, and Braden is just delivering. Strike after strike.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the nice thing about if you're watching this game, you can go back and replay that, but you'll see that Braden Lynn got rid of that ball before Leo Gibbons even turned his head.
Yeah.
And Leo knew exactly where that ball was going to be, and that was spot on.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Little play action fake into the flat to Mazzoni. Gets upfield. Going to get a block from Crosswhite and get inside the 10-yard line. Clock is running. We are at 138. No, stop it to move the chains. 138. It is first and goal with the ball on the 8-yard line.
Another first down by the Tigers.
Thought he went out of bounds. Oh no, you're right, Mikey. You know, you're Dawson Powell, number 27. You're making way too many tackles for Lunenburg.
Another throw to Kelleher, inside block, and he's trying to power forward. Oh, he gets down inside the 5-yard line, wrapped up before he could get his feet going. Nice action, though. Boy, they're really clicking. Braden Lynn is just in
Tackle
rhythm.
made by Troy Drasser and under Sarampa.
It is second and goal with the ball on the 5-yard line. Normally they would switch up with only a minute to go. They're going to stay in the spread instead of going to hammer. Got a timeout left. Rolling to the right. Cuts it. Oh, nice read by Braden Lynn. He powers towards the goal line. Touchdown, Braden Lynn.
Touchdown running by
What
the
a great
quarterback.
decision there. Everything was covered, and he saw a running lane because they were so busy covering all the receivers. He had a clean run, clean run to the front of the goal line. Then he just powered through the last half yard to get the score. So terrific decision there. He's been throwing the ball well all day, and then makes the right read and gets his feet in the game. And touchdown for Braden Lynn with 46 seconds to go. Tigers push it out to 26-3.
They're going to go for 2 here, Mike.
And they'll go hammer to get it. To try to get it. And give it to Parker Lanfers. He's trying to cut it up. He tries to bounce forward. No good.
Waving off.
No good.
The extra point attempt is no good. Their defense stopped them.
So the Tigers getting a short field. They get the ball on the Lunenburg 35-yard line, and Braden Lynn was perfect on that drive in terms of throwing the ball and then finishing off with a run from about 4 yards out.
Yeah, that's a big touchdown in a game like this. You know, you push it up to a 23-point game. Going into halftime, you got momentum. It's much different than being up 17, kicking off to the other team.
Yeah, absolutely. And just right now they're hitting on all cylinders on both sides of the ball. You've talked about it defensively. There's a threat of a big play, but really Lunenburg hasn't shown any ability to get any sustained action going. Tiger defense playing very well, but the offense is really shining right now, and Braden Lynn leading the way with a terrific passing game. And Lunenburg just feels like they got to give that much cushion, and it's death of by a thousand cuts. Oh, another terrific end-over-end kick, and they're going to let it go into the end zone for a touchback.
Kicked out of the end zone. Looks like the Knights will get the ball first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the Tigers now 46 seconds to go and a 23-point lead. Obviously the goal is to go to the locker room with that exact circumstance still being true.
Yeah, I think if you're Lunenburg here, you just run this clock out because we haven't seen anything that indicates that they could score on longer passes, and so risking one of those and giving the ball back to Littleton, especially with a kid like Cody Shearer who can kick field goals, is not something that I think you want to do here. So running out the clock, I imagine, is what they're going to do.
Let's see what they do here. Yep, they will run the ball. Cut up. Tony DeSisto waiting for him, along with Leo Gibbons.
Carried by Anthony Iannacci, picking up 2 yards, making it 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 on a 2-yard gain. Clock running. Inside of 30 seconds to go. Tigers got 4 defensive backs in prevent position. They'll look to throw it. Oh, and Tech Kelleher drops him, and the quarterback slams the ball down on the turf in outright frustration. And that will be the end of the half.
Sacked by number 7.
So Timmy Kelleher will end it with a punctuating play. And the Tigers lead 26-3 at the half on the road against
And
Lunenburg.
that is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen.
Right after these messages from LCTV. Second half of Littleton High School football. The Tigers firmly in control with a 26-3 lead, but they will kick to start the second half.
Yeah, Mike, they're off to a good start here, 26-3, and I think that for Littleton, they just want to keep doing what they were doing in the first half here. Good strong showing by the defense, which is one of the questions we had coming in.
Yeah, they've totally stymied the run game for Lunenburg, and then the passing game has had a little bit of success, but really the problem is they've given up 5 quarterback sacks in the last half of the second quarter.
Right. Right as we came back from halftime, we were in a furious discussion about the price of cider donuts with Stevie Collins and trying to figure out what the fair price was for a good cider donut. And Stevie actually said he'd go up to $4 for a donut, Mike. I think you only pay $2, so.
But it has to be a cider donut, quality cider donut. It's that time of year, I mean, he's not going to pay that all year long. All right, Shear with a good kick, end over end, inside the 10-yard line, about the 7 or 8 yard line. Return right up the middle, good coverage, and he'll be wrestled down just short of the 35.
Nice return by the Knights.
Lincoln Palmer, Timmy Kelleher in on the stop. He'll spot it right at the 35-yard line. So the Lunenburg Blue Knights were only able to manage a field goal against the Tiger defense in the first half. And now
the Knights first and 10.
Fairly large deficit here to start the second half.
I think if you're Lunenburg, you come out with the same look that you
from the 35-yard line,
which is throwing the ball, but throwing those quick little under routes. Don't be looking to let something develop downfield because Littleton's getting way too much pressure.
They're going to run on the first play and they're going to get nothing. Lincoln Palmer coming off the edge, inside, and he will drop the running back for a loss. It is now 2nd and 13. So again, the running game for Lunenburg really isn't going. Let's see if they decide to pass here on second down. They do. Straight drop back, flipping to the sideline.
Reception made by Mason Infantino.
Low throw. Nope. Well, the ball is saying the ball hit the turf and was short hopped by the receiver.
Well, I guess that was incomplete.
Back judge coming in there and making that call from 15, 20 yards away.
But he was emphatic.
Yes, he clearly saw something, so that's good. Just get it right, boys.
Yeah, I think the side judge was going to give it to him.
Side judge is from Lunenburg.
He's right in front of the Lunenburg bench.
3rd and 13.
He's feeling the pressure. 3rd and 13 on the opening drive here, the second half. Straight drop back. Steps up in the pocket. Delivers downfield. Going to be
catch is made.
Close to a first down. Let's see the spot.
Oh, they're going to give him a good spot here.
Give him a good spot. I think that's right. That's the accurate spot. So that time the pressure was met by
reception
the
by Cam McKenzie.
Blockers. And
first and 10 for the Knights. Moving the chains. 45-yard line.
They will get the ball 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. Through behind the receiver.
It's interesting. I don't think that play
incomplete
was
pass.
Run the way that Lunenburg drew it up.
2nd and 10.
You had 2 receivers right next to each other.
Lunenburg 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. They'll bring motion. Oh, double clutch by the center.
Whistle on the play. We got a flag.
That'll be a false start on the center. Doesn't happen very often, but it did this time.
That one's going against the Knights.
So that'll be a penalty. They'll take the ball back to the Lunenburg 40
2nd and 15.
Line. 2nd and 15.
You know, Mike, we have this discussion every single year, but I'm still confused as to why on penalties, they walk it off instead of just kind of doing the math. It's just baffling to me.
Defend your sensibilities as an intellectual.
You're on the 45, we're going to put you on the 40.
Great drop back, and a little pressure off the backside. Complete.
It's not going to go for much.
It's going to go for no gain at best.
Pass complete, but no gain on the play, bringing up a 4th down.
Tony DeSisto and Leo Gibbons teaming up on
3rd
that.
down.
Good pressure again by the defensive line. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. Nowhere to go downfield. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, the quarterback's doing a good job now of evading that first wave of pressure and getting loose. A little surprised he's not taking more cracks downfield. But I think the coverage is just there, and there's nothing down there.
Incomplete pass, bringing up a 4th down.
So the Lunenburg managed to pick up a 1st down on this drive, but looks like they're going to stall out on the 2nd set of downs after another incomplete pass. It's 4th and 15 with the ball on the Lunenburg 40-yard line. Josh Crosswhite drifting back to see if we can receive
Looks like the Knights will elect to punt.
Let's see, Patrick.
Back to kick it.
Call. You
56,
predicted
Joe
Timmy
Rivers.
Kelleher would get there sooner or later. Not this time, another high kick. They're going to let it bounce. It'll take a Lunenburg roll inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Crosswhite content to let it bounce.
The Tigers
out.
will take over 1st and 10
So
from the
Tiger
23-yard
defense
line.
gets a stop after giving up a 1st down, and the Tiger offense will come out on the field for the first time this half. 1st and 10 with the ball inside the 20, and about the 18-yard line of the Tigers. 9:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers in control, 26-3. Gonna try a jet sweep here to Gibbons. You got a corner. Oh, nice cut. Good block by Hannigan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the ball's
Ball
out.
loose.
Oh, he was down.
Nice
oh,
pick up.
The
he was
ball's out.
down.
The
From
turnover.
the recovery by Colin
It
Sprague.
looked like his knee was down.
Colin Sprague.
Ball ripped out there at the end of the run.
I would love to see that play again.
And Lunenburg forces a turnover here early in the 2nd half. And we'll get the ball.
Nice
at the
takeover, 1st and 10 from the
20-yard
20-yard line.
Now I'm going to show what an idiot I am, and without having the replay, but I really, in my head, what I saw was his right knee went down, and then they just ripped the ball out when his right knee was down.
The refs respectfully disagree with you, Patrick, and they will award possession of the ball to Lunenburg.
I'm sure everybody who watches this will disagree with me as well, but living on the edge.
Oh, no gain. Lincoln Palmer again. Coming in from a defensive
No
tackle
gain.
position. He's,
Loss of about 2, breaking up a 2nd and 12.
I would call him quicker more than strong. I mean, he's a good sized kid, but he is very quick. And he is exploding off that snap and wreaking havoc in the backfield. 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. They look to throw. Ooh, almost got deflected. Oh, good block. And Max Hannigan coming up. Leo Gibbons getting in there with them.
Reception by Colby Sprague.
They get about 6 yards on that. Down inside the 20 to the
Bringing up a
17-yard
3rd
line.
and 6.
3rd and a long 6. Ball on the opposite side of the field. Looks like it's on the 16-yard line. And they need to get to the 10 to convert a 1st down. Obviously, I feel like they're in 4-down territory. I don't think they'll go for field goals now, Pat, in the deficit they're staring at.
No, I agree.
And a roll a bit to the right, throw out into the flat. Oh, almost a terrific one-handed grab, but couldn't quite reel it in.
Just past his fingertips.
Yeah, I think even if he catches that, that's only going to be,
4th
good for a
down
yard.
coming up.
if Lunenburg's going to get anything going, they need to be able to complete that pass on first down. So they're going, you know, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
And now a big 4th down here. The Tigers trying to get the ball back after a turnover to start their second half offensively. Fourth down. Straight drop back. Pressure! Oh, knocked loose. Good job there by Cody Shearer coming in and knocking I think it might have been incomplete anyway. Good pressure. Uh-oh, we got a flag down. I'm not going to get rough on the pass. It looks like Noah Graham is signaling that it's against the Blue Knights. I think it was an illegal formation.
Decline. First and 10 for the Tigers.
Take over on downs, and no harm, no foul on the turnover. Matter of fact, I think they're starting right about where they were to start the drive after the punt. It's 1st and 10 for Littleton with the ball on their own 16-yard line. 7:32 to go in the third quarter. We'll bring Gibbons in motion. Inside handoff to Lanfers. He makes a hard cut. Oh, he was one more cut away from bouncing that.
Yep.
Still got a good 7-8 yard gain on that, but that might have been a saving tackle. If he gets out to that sideline, Crosswhite
Cam
was kind
McKenzie with the stop,
giving him a lane. If he got there, he might have been off to the races.
Yeah, he looked like he had a head of steam and one block in front of him. Good tackle by Cam McKenzie from behind.
2nd and 6. Gonna roll, looking for Gibbons in the flat. They got him.
Oh, he may go. Get.
Oh, he's gonna get run out of bounds.
Just shoved out of bounds.
That's just such tough action to defend.
Trey Bush.
Yeah, they brought Timmy Kelleher from left to right across the field, drawing his defender, and just left Leo Gibbons out there, and he's so fast that if he gets his hands on the ball, he's really a tough takedown.
And that's not an easy throw, Braden. I mean, Braden's rolling out, and Gibbons is running at least 3/4 speed in the route. And that's a lot of touch right there, but they make it look easy. And that's good for a first down all the way out to the Tiger 43-yard line.
First down from the 43.
And we go inside handoff again to Lanford. They get maybe a yard to about the 45. Call it 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
That tackle made by Angus Manuel. 2nd and 8.
Oh, good touch.
Oh, yeah, right over to Mazzoni. They'll go right over the tackler for a first down.
There you pick up a first down.
Tiger offense is really in rhythm today, Pat. It really looks good.
Yeah, Sean's a solid tight end, and he gets up to full speed pretty quickly after he catches the ball.
I mean, it's easy in the sense that they're really not getting any pressure on Braden Lynn, so he's got plenty of room to make those touch throws, but the timing looks really, really good.
Yeah, has he missed? How many passes has he missed?
Couple, but not many. Really not many.
The call coming in from the sideline looks like the Colorado Buffaloes, Homer Simpson, and yellow.
That's Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin and yellow.
I don't think that was. I think it was Homer.
I give it up the middle to Parker Lanfers. Oh, he's going to hop out of the pack. Keeps his feet moving after the
running by the
contact. And he's down inside the Lunenburg 40-yard line.
This is a great little
Pick up
drive
of
for
7, 2nd and 3.
We're at almost at 5 minutes, and they're just, eating the clock up and not missing on anything.
Start all the way back on their own 16-yard line. Now they're down to the 37 of Lunenburg.
That's Peter Griffin, by the way.
It is Peter Griffin. Second and 4. I think we've got a false start.
That one goes against the Tigers.
That's a telling play there that when the whistle blew, everybody kind of froze, but you could see that all of the receivers are running like 5-yard routes and turning.
I think they're having such a good time. They're in a hurry to get back out into the routes. You know, they were just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And kind of just in their enthusiasm got off to jump the gun.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. So he's drop back. Oh, good pass to Gibbons. Makes it. One guy missed. 2 guys missed. Get dragged from behind just short of the first
by
down.
a bunch of Knights.
Shirt tail tackle, Mike.
Yeah, shirt tail tackle short of the first
Adam
down.
Hill,
3rd and 1.
That's
And here comes the beef.
Gilly Supernan, Tyler Krause.
Yeah. And
Jared Levis patting Parker Landfor's on the back, so I don't know if that's a telltale sign about what's about to come.
oh, Ty Price up the middle, gets a first down.
Gone.
Makes a guy
He
miss.
broke through.
He's racing for the goal line and 1 touchdown for the fullback. His first touch of the game, and he cashes it.
Ty Price.
About 33 yards out.
Made one little good move about 5 yards into the backfield, and he was gone.
Yeah, a little slide step, and then he hit the Jets. And there's no between him and the goal line. He cashes it in. The Tigers get on the board with 3-4, and for the first score of the second half, 32-3 now with 3:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Solid drive all the way back from the 16-yard line, 84 yards. Capped off by a great run by the fullback. Shearer back on the kick. He'll hammer it.
Extra point is good. Cody Shearer.
Brian Maurice clearly got a talking to at halftime.
You look good there.
Solid,
you look really good.
focused.
Yeah. So Tigers doing a good job, Pat, picking themselves up after the bruising loss to West Boylston.
They're a tough homecoming for Lunenburg.
Yeah. Definitely not the outcome they wanted. This would have been a real statement if they could have competed against a team like Littleton. Now they got to, I still think they'll make the playoffs, but they got to question, what kind of run they're going to get. Hopefully, we saw a few injuries in the first half. Hopefully those aren't anything serious, and they'll get all their guys back to finish out. Shearer's been going end over end lately. Let's see what he does here. He'll hit another end over end. Fielded, muffed inside the 10, picked up. Oh, Gibbons with a terrific form tackle. Going right down to the knees.
Pickup made by Dawson Powell.
Tony DeSisto in on
Brings
that
it up
action
to
as well.
the 16-yard line where the Knights will take over 1st and 10.
Can only get it out to the 16-yard line. So the Blue Knights now have on their own 84-yard goal to get.
I wonder how Noah Graham's like playing on that offensive line rather than snapping the ball. He finally gets to hit somebody. Doing a good job up there. That whole line looks good.
Yeah, Lincoln Palmer's had a terrific game. Trying to get the edge. Oh, good job there, stringing it out. Oh,
We got a flag on that one.
might have a chop block on that.
Another player down.
Player down, player down.
You want to make it better?
Kind of a busy day for the training staff here today. It's getting up though.
Let's give it up for Anthony Iannacci, ladies and gentlemen.
Tough to watch your captain come off.
All right, there was a holding penalty.
Looks like there was a penalty on that last play, making it a holding against the Knights, making it 1st and 20.
Go 1st and 20 after the holding penalty.
We're working on Anthony Iannaci's left shoulder, so I think is what he got hit.
Ball inside the 10-yard line, about the 9-yard line. Gonna throw, 2 steps back, good completion.
Nice tackle.
Yeah.
Nice pass and reception made by the Knights.
Max Hannigan making sure there's no run after catch, but it's a good completion for about 12 yards, 11 yards.
I believe that might have been Cam McKenzie with the reception toss
2nd and 9
by Philip Arpano. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 10. Hey, can you bring some of those cookies up here?
PA announces getting hungry.
Oh, I'm kidding. I know.
Begging for
I had to
cookies
watch
from
my
a
girls
dog.
figure, you know.
Timeout Lunenburg.
Timeout taken on the field.
Getting a little lucky here, Mike. So the sun, we were in the shade of the press box for the part of the day, but the sun's going.
Hey, never mind the score, people. Are you fired up? Can you get fired
Now,
up? This is the whole
George's here.
coming game.
People at home are wondering, no, we do not have.
Show your team some love. Once again, this is the homecoming game.
Probably about 6 feet away from us. and
Exactly, it's
pointing
right
down at
over our heads. Oh my God.
Mark Corey, we need raises.
Our health insurance.
What?
Yes, what? How much are hearing aids? Just to remind everyone, we will be back in Littleton for the next 2 games, the last 2 games of the regular season. Against Blackstone Valley Tech next Friday night, and then on the last regular season game will be against Maynard, both at home on Friday night at 7 o'clock. Second down, looking to throw. Oh!
Little miscommunication there. I think
Just over his hands.
receiver guy behind the
Bringing up a
defenders
third.
try to cut it back to the middle of the field, but I
Down
think the outside
for
was
the
wide open,
Knights.
which is where the quarterback, I think, was thinking the ball was supposed
Right,
to go.
exactly. I agree, because there was coverage over the top. Tony DeSisto was ready to take away the middle of the field, which is what the quarterback saw. That's why he threw it towards the sideline.
Right.
And the receiver didn't recognize it, and the ball ended up behind him and was incomplete. So that
Ball by Philip Arpano is now at quarterback. He's only a sophomore. Good arm.
So 3rd and 10.
Again, you want to stay out of 3rd and long if you want to win ball games, so this is just tough.
Oh, ball's knocked up in the air.
That one batted, bringing up a 4th down for the Knights.
Lincoln Palmer kind of pumped up. I think he was the one who got his paws up there. That'll bring up 4th down. The ball's still inside the Lunenburg 20. Almost certain the Tigers will start with the ball on no worse than midfield area.
Captain Joe Rivers back to punt for, I believe, the 3rd, 4th. It would be the 4th or 5th punt of the game.
Josh Crosswhite waiting on that Lunenburg 45-yard line.
Timmy Keller is making
a little bit of a shank there.
like one of your golf shots.
Just one of them? Or most of them? So the ball shanked out of bounds.
Tigers take
boy.
over.
Unfortunately, in football, there is no such thing as a mulligan, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Play it where it lies.
20-yard line, so a very short field for the Tigers. That's almost a turnover, to be honest.
Absolutely. Coach Lunenburg is saying, if you're going to do that, I would have just thrown it downfield.
Yeah. Tigers are taking Lanfors out of the game. They're bringing Price into the game.
I see Anthony Iannaci, the captain for Lunenburg, is walking off the field, still holding his left shoulder. He looks like he's done for the day. This has been a tough game for Lunenburg, not only in terms of losing, but hopefully, like you said, these kids can heal up and continue the run that they were having.
The Tigers tend to go with the hammer here on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of Lunenburg. They'll give it to Max Hannigan. He'll get into the hole. Drive forward for about 2 yards. See if Mike Lynn starts to sub it out. It's 33-3. No, Lanfors and Hannigan will just kind of go in and out with the plays. So far, it's still the starting lineup. Just switching the offensive look. It is 2nd and 8.
Second and
7
6.
with the ball on the 17-yard line.
Noah Graham back in at center.
Inside handoff to Gibbons. Oh, he's driving forward. That's just a great run.
I mean, he hits the line of scrimmage. He's at, almost at full speed.
And then he just keeps his shoulders square to the goal line and just keeps churning. He's not a big kid, but he's got so much momentum.
First and goal for the
Tigers. Bigger than him forward, and they're going along for the ride there. All the way down, 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
Ty Price is out there thinking, just give me the ball.
Exactly. One touch, one touchdown.
One for one. See if they come out with that same look. They are. Price at fullback. Like Max Hannigan at one side, Leo Gibbons at the other. So like you said, Mike Parker Lanfors is taking a breather.
Inside handoff to Price. Can't get going. They're trying to rip the ball out, but he's down inside the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5-yard line. Inside a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll give it to Lanfors. Makes one guy miss. He's dancing to the outside, and he'll get thrown down.
Tackled by Cam McKenzie after being first hit by Mason Infantino.
I believe no gain there, maybe a yard.
3rd and goal.
Looks like Lunenburg starting to read some of that action and stringing it out. And inside of 10 seconds, the Tigers are going to let the clock run. The refs hate this, Pat. Switch of quarters down by the goal line. They got to go all the way
That is
down
the
other
end
end.
of the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
That's their
Fourth quarter coming up.
Our problem is just waiting for the 4th quarter to start after these messages from LCTV. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to the 4th quarter. The Tigers are already ahead by 30 points, and they are knocking on the door, 3rd and goal, with the ball on the Lunenburg 5-yard line.
Yeah, and they just had the ball. The second half, Mike, they've had the ball for so much of that last quarter. Just good ball control offense.
Even with all the passes. They're going to go counter handoff to Gibbons. He dives forward, spins, and goes into the golden zone.
Touchdown Tigers.
They call that play the Tasmanian Devil.
That's a terrific little run there. Only 5 yards, but there's a lot of action in that 5 yards. The senior captain cashing it in. The Tigers will push this one out to 39-3.
Parker Lanfors sets up that offense so well early, right? Parker hit with outside, inside, outside, and then you start with that counter action. It's really hard to.
Well, that's the thing. They got to sell out because they've been really struggling to stop that initial action, so they start selling out on it. And you're right. You just come back with an easy counter, and it's just right there. Shearer on the kick. He's been banging the ball today. And he'll hit another one.
Extra point is good. Kicked by number 3, Cody Shearer.
I know I've been harping on this a little bit today, Mike, but Connor Orton now back there with Brian Maurice. Connor has got to get under that ball.
Well, he's wearing number 50, so that tells you he's a lineman. You can't really expect a whole lot. I wore 50s all my life, and nobody expected me to make that kind of play. That's why I was wearing the 50 in the first place.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree that you're wrong. The only thing that could have made this day any better, Mike, is if I had hit the 50-50, but I was off
That's
by
the spirit.
133.
Just this much.
Back in the day when I was working my way through BU, I had a side job of pouring beer at hockey games, and it was a BU-BC game. We made about $150 in tips, and we hit the 50-50 raffle, which was good for about $800. Those were heady days for a college kid.
Exactly, when you're broke. Fake reverse by Lunenburg on the kickoff. Josh Crosswhite isn't fooled, and he'll get in on the tackle along with Max Hannigan.
Dawson Powell with the return.
And again, a little slow to get up, but he's going to get up. The ball returned out over the 20 to the 23-yard line. It appears we are now on running time, Patrick. 9.5 to go, and they typically would have stopped that for change of possession, but it's been running.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't feel like it's a 40-3 game. It doesn't feel like Littleton's been, pounding the ball in that much. It's just been a ball control, quiet game, and I think it's easy to look at our scoreboard and say they've been running up the score, but it has been just a very, solid, keep it on the ground, control the ball.
Connor Anderson with the carry.
Occasionally breaking through.
Yeah, we had some biggish plays. The biggest one being a touchdown pass to Leo Gibbons from Braden Lynn when he bought some time to extend the play and sucked the defensive backs upfield and let Leo get behind him. That was probably the biggest play from scrimmage of the night. They've had a couple of long runs, Ty Price touchdown run, and a long run by Parker Lanfors in the first quarter to set up the first touchdown. But you're right, other than that, it's been 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
Another player down for Lunenburg.
Player down.
I'm not sure if that was who carried the ball. Looks like Troy Drasser is down. And he looked like he slipped. If that's a ball carrier, he looked like he did slip on that field and then get hit as he was going down.
Yeah, Tony DeSisto gimping up a little bit too. He'll trot to the sideline and get a break. Maybe get a quick look at.
The sidelines aren't as packed as they were 10 years ago with, backup players and stuff like that. So these kind of injuries really kill you going into the rest of the season.
Yeah, the biggest problem with small-town high school sports and any sport really is the depth issue, even when you're a good team. And at 4-1, Lunenburg having a terrific season. But you're always worried about your key guys staying healthy for the duration of the campaign, because it's not like there's a lot of guys behind them ready that they're going to be able to step up and play at the same level of production as your starters.
Yeah, we actually, I coached the Parker charter basketball team, the high school team, and we only were carrying 8 kids, and I had pictures of my 2 captains on crutches one game. So we dressed 6 kids, and it's like, this is okay, but we really can't afford anybody else to go down.
All the injuries, all the players have been able to make their
Let's
way.
give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Drasser.
That doesn't look healthy.
Yeah, it's really no weight on that right leg. It's unfortunate.
Third and 3 for the Knights.
All right, coming out here, 3rd and 3 for Lunenburg. They're going to throw for it. Across the field. Knocked away.
Looks like Cody Shearer was leaning on him a little bit.
Yeah.
He even looked at the ref after it was done to see if a flag was coming.
Don't act guilty, son.
4th down.
4th and 3. Looks like Lunenburg will think about punting.
Thank God there's
Really
no
nothing to
challenge
gain.
flags. Nah, I agree. Looks like I'm going to be wrong about the Timmy Kelleher bit today, but that one he almost had was close enough.
I don't know if they'll rush here. A little bit. And overhand knuckleball. Be covered up by Shearer.
I don't know how you can kick a ball and get it to go that far, but to get it to spin like that, that's incredible.
Punt by Joe Rivers.
Down on the 35-yard line by Shearer. And Littleton will take a timeout. Really here, they're obviously going to make some mass substitutions. And Mike Lynn just wants to make sure he's got the whole second unit ready to go before he sends them out there.
Boy, it's such a nice day here. You hate to have games like this end. Should be playing like double headers or doing something else.
Yeah. That's a terrific venue. Nice view of the tree line off the back edge of the field.
Mike and I used to work the Super Bowls at BU, and they didn't host them at the bigger sites that they have them at now. So BU would have anywhere between 3 and 5 Super Bowl games in a day. They'd start at 9 in the morning and go right through the day.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you that no one is authorized, no one is allowed on the field after the game while they are presenting the Brockleman Awards, unless authorized.
The Brockleman Awards being given out after the game, Mike.
Well, I think the band is okay.
Were you in the running for that?
Stevie Collins, Coach Stevie Collins is in the running for one of those awards right here.
All right, so the Tigers making some changes. Tony DeSisto in at quarterback. And they will give it to Max Hannigan. He's trying to cut it up. He reverses his field.
Oh,
and
Joe Rivers popping him.
Exactly, gets a thump.
That was the I might get loose, I'm not getting loose. Wyatt Cobb getting some action here.
Yeah,
tackle made by Joe Rivers and Sam Tibbetts.
Ben Storm went in at center. It looks like Kevin McDonald maybe. Yeah, Kevin McDonald out there at tackle, at right guard.
Yeah. Gilly Superintendent in at right tackle. Garrett Schimmel in at the H-back.
Offense, take it over the line. One more time. Offense, take it over the line. One more time.
And giving a jet sweep here to Shearer. Oh, good cut. Good run. Powers forward for
tripped up
8
by
yards.
Sam Tibbetts.
We're under 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Tigers are going to put this one in the win column and push their record out to 4-2. 3rd and 2 here. As we mentioned earlier, we'll be back home at Alumni Field at 7 o'clock Friday for a big matchup with Blackstone Valley Tech. Punch that one in and you might punch your way to the playoffs.
Mike, this is where the game's going to slow down. I think you're going to see Littleton run this one down to the ref raises his hand, which you see right now, the back judge, and get inside of 10 seconds, use as much of the clock as they can.
Keep the ball on the ground, inside handoff to Hannigan. Oh, he's very close to a first down. Let's see if they give the spot.
It looks like they're going to spot him right on the marker here. I bet the chains are going to move. Guys, somebody's got to get the ball. Let's go.
First down. Max Hannigan picks it up. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 45-yard line.
And white. Yell out. Your colors, nine, yell blue. And white. Yell out. Your colors, nine, yell blue. And white. Yell out. Your colors, nine, yell blue. And white.
They bring Shearer in motion. They give him the ball, trying to get to the corner. He gets it.
Stay in bounds.
Yeah.
Stay in
It's
bounds.
running. Oh, we're going to get some kind of hold or something. Penalty on the play.
It's a big field, Mike. It's like 55 yards wide, right? Or something crazy.
Yep.
Plenty of room. Just stay in bounds.
Well, actually got multiple flags now. We had one flying in from the back judge, one from the side judge right in front of us. Yeah, holding.
Looks like the
Littleton.
penalties
a face
cancel each
mask
other out on that play,
Lunenburg.
bringing up a second down.
And that is offsetting penalties, so that'll be no down, and it'll remain 2nd and 3.
So, Mike, we're at 3 minutes and 17 seconds. So I can assume. I mean, we're going to basically assume that we're not going to have any catastrophes here with this operation that we have going here today. I have to say that this was one smooth
Nope, make that first down all over again.
And I'm really wondering about the wisdom of Mark Rory coming back to take over, or do we continue with the crew that we had here today?
All right.
Maybe having him stay in Italy might not be a bad thing.
Exactly. He probably wouldn't argue with you. You know, Rob might argue with you. He might not want to stay on the camera for the next 3 weeks. But hey, you know what? He doesn't really get a say. All right, so sorry, 1st and 10. I'm going to repeat on that down. They're going to give the ball to Hannigan. They'll cut up field, get about, drive himself forward, about 4 or 5 yard gain. The refs will blow the whistle.
Tackle by half the Blue Knight defense. Joe Rivers leading the way.
So Patrick, I'm going to make a little bit of an early exit here. I got somewhere I got to be. So
2nd and 6.
Sounds good, Michael.
2.5 minutes to go. I'll hand it off to you to wrap it up.
We will see you next week.
See you next Friday, Rob. Thanks for helping out. Short notice. And we'll see you guys all next week. Enjoy the rest of the game.
I think I spoke too early about there not being any catastrophes these last 2 minutes now that you're leaving. All right, just under over 2 minutes left in the game here now. Mike Fontanella has made an early exit. Tony DeSisto hands it off to Hannigan, who breaks out to the left, gets to the edge. He's going to do a good job of staying in bounds here. Nice run by Max. He's going to pick up probably 15 yards on that play and another first down. .140 and running on the clock. The chains are moving. I think we're probably going to see maybe another 2 snaps and we'll be done. Littleton using up as much of this 30 seconds as they can. Tony DeSisto coming in with the play from the sideline. Max Hannigan still letting up in the backfield. Wyckoff to the bottom of the screen. There's a snap. He's going to take a knee here. Under 1 minute to go. Tony DeSisto takes a knee. We are just going to run the clock out here. Definitely want to wish Lunenburg guys who got hurt today a speedy recovery. Hopefully they can come back and continue their win. Tony DeSisto takes another knee. I think that's going to do it. The players are going to...
And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. One hard-fought battle
So from Lunenburg,
with the Tigers becoming victorious. Although the Knights stayed and fought to the very last play. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides of the ball.
After losing last week to West Boylston and taking a kind of a thumping, they came back strong and now look to go to the end of the season feeling good about what they have going on. A couple of personnel changes really worked out for Littleton. So
once again, I'd like to remind you folks that no one's allowed on the field unless authorized until after the Bronco Man Award.
We'll see you next week on LCTV Littleton Football.